My girls hold me down, them boys mess around. My love life is a mess. We're going out tonight because I'm looking for love. That's right, y'all. We are talking about sisters, and it's your girl Barbie J here. That's right, Sister Season 3, Episode 17. I'm burning taboo. Did somebody say that? Burning taboo? I'm trying to think. I think they said that, and I don't remember who said that, but I think it was mentioned throughout the episode. And they kill me with these titles that they give. I always feel like they should have something to do with the episode, but it's just a word or a line or a phrase that's mentioned. And that's how they work that out. Anyhow, how's everybody out there doing? I hope everybody's doing well. Because Barbie J is holding it down. Okay, so let me get out all of this out the way. Shout out to all my subscribers. Shout out to everybody in my comment section who've been holding my channel down. Shout out to those who are thinking about subscribing and who are about to subscribe. That's right, y'all come on and subscribe to Barbie J's channel, which is June BLC. Hit that little red notification bell. It costs you, subscribe, the little subscriber button. It costs you nothing to hit the subscriber button. Just do it. Don't hold back. Don't be scared. It's easy. Watch. Just hit it. There it is. See, and then the notification bell is if you want to be notified every time I upload a new video, which I do frequently, quite frequently. So if you want to know what I'm doing, come on over to June BLC and join in the fun. Also, do me a favor, like the video, comment on the video, and subscribe, and share the video. Like, comment, and share it. And that will help my channel grow because y'all know I can't do it without you. So anyhow, let me tell y'all something. This episode, I was sitting there yelling at the daggone TV set. It was driving me crazy. Why I always got to yell at the TV set? Anybody else do that? Be yelling at the TV set like we crazy and stuff? Girl, I want to slap that therapist. Poor thing. I don't even know what her name is, and I really don't even care. Because Gary had to even jump up. He said, yo, what's up with that? Girl, get off my stuff. Girl, you was going to... I couldn't hear what he said, and I should have read his lips. But I'm sure he was saying something like, you was going to F me or something like that. And I don't think I should be F'ing my therapist and stuff. He said, like, was you really going to do that? And she goes like, better question is, were you going to let me? I said, what? I was like, is she for real with that? She was like, you was very aroused. He's like, I'm a damn man. You got to be kidding me. That wasn't my heart. I was just aroused. It's like, you touch me there, I'm going to get hot. Come on now. And she was like, well, maybe she's the one that used that taboo stuff. She kept talking about taboo. That's right. She's like, maybe once it's out in the light, it's no longer attractive to you. Like you were attractive to it when Andy was your mistress. And now that she's no longer your mistress, it's not the same. Then she's like, weren't you referred by Jack Mosley? Didn't he tell you how this works? This is very hands-on. Everything is very hands-on. And he's like, no, and stuff. But he was like, well, tell me something. How many of these couples stayed together after your therapy? I was waiting for this. And I knew the answer. Didn't y'all know the answer? I know y'all all knew the answer. She was like, none. But I helped them realize that they were not they weren't compatible with each other. So I said, just lying heifer. I was calling her all kinds of names. God forgive me. So then all of a sudden, he's like, nah, this ain't gonna work. He want her to get out. And Andy comes home and she looking at that therapist like, I will cut you, biatch, if you don't get out of my house. And so she gets up and leaves. Hi, she said, it's good to see you again. She said, too bad I can't say the same. And she goes out. She's like, I want her out of my house. He's like, I'm sorry. She said, and I don't ever want that woman in my house again. He's like, it won't happen again, I promise. She's like, I don't believe you. I don't believe you at all. He said, no, I just wanted to have a session and I knew you'd say no. And she said, you're damn right, because I don't like her. Keep away from me. And she told him she don't believe him and that he doesn't respect her. And I feel that same way, because why would you bring her back to the house after what happened before? She's like, I don't respect her. And she was pissed and she walked out. And he's like standing there like, what just happened? How did that? I mean, he was doing the right thing. And he kept telling that lady, I don't think this is going to work. It is not going to work. That therapist was full of some stuff, okay? Then it moves on to Karen in the salon. I see y'all see she had 2 clients in there and another stylist. I can't believe it. She had another stylist in the salon. I was like, oh, 2 people at one time. And Pam and her crazy self. Pam insisting on her to read the card with the flowers from Aaron. And she was like, why are you worried? Did you already read the damn card, Pam? Because y'all know Pam nosy. We all know Pam nosy, her crazy self. So Karen finally read the card. She decided to read the card, and he said, he talked to God, and God said that you're mine. So he wants to take her out to dinner at 8 o'clock. And she called to tell him basically no, but he said he's not taking no for an answer. So she's like, can we push it back to 8:30 p.m.? And she should have told him I'm meeting with Zach, but she didn't tell that part now, did she? And then she thanks him for the flowers and for his patience and for putting up with her. And he's like, what? I should be thanking you. I feel the same way. I should be thanking you for all those same things. I was like, okay, now we're getting somewhere, y'all. We're getting somewhere with the lovey-dovey stuff. And then we got, who's that? Andy calling Robin because she's mad. She's sitting down in the restaurant. Just happened to be in the restaurant in the hotel restaurant at the hotel he's staying at. This is too coincidental. I'm sorry, y'all. Please. So, she calls Robin and he's like, oh, I'm at the front desk and stuff. And he's like, I'll meet you in there. And she's like, oh, no. And then he was like, no, I'll be there soon. And next thing she looked up, he was right there standing by her. He just happened to know where she's sitting in the restaurant and everything. So she's like, oh, no, I just wanted to talk business, I'm looking at her like, who was born yesterday? Was any of y'all born yesterday? Because only a person born yesterday wouldn't know that Andy's hot ass wanted him. And she knew she wasn't calling to talk no business. She sure wasn't. But he later, he was like, look, she's asking him stuff that she already knew the answer to. And he's like, you know what? You still trying to act like we talking about business when you know we're not. He was like, we're both adults, Andy. And you working hard to keep that conversation about business. I was cracking up. So he's letting her know that anything she says there is between them, and they're having a few drinks. And she just shares that she don't have her girls with her. She was having a bad day, and she doesn't have her girls anymore because as sounding boards, because, they don't like him. They hate him because of what she went through already. And then we got back together, she said, and now, I really can't talk to them about him. So here go Robin go offer to lend his damn ear. How stupid is that? How stupid do you think she is? Well, she is stupid. I'm sorry, y'all. I didn't mean to be rude, but she is. But for her to, you think she gonna tell you her business like that? She was like, he gonna lend his ear. And she's like, I don't think that's a good damn idea at all. And she's like, I would feel terrible talking about him to you. But I can share something that things are not good. So why are you telling a man who has the hots for you and is flirting with you that things ain't good with your man, but you love him and y'all had made up and all this stuff? I was like, you sending mixed messages, Andy, and use a hot number. So stop trying to act like you not. So he goes, you know what? Things are not good. Shit. You want to go upstairs? That was a male move. You want to go upstairs? She's like, oh, no. Let's just stay down here and have some more drinks. No, she need more courage drinks. Drinks for courage. Because whatever that drink was she had, that she was with a tequila chaser. I think it was a martini with a tequila chaser. I was like, girl, they been mixing all kind of alcoholic drinks, ain't they? Luscious. Let me stop. Anyway, switches over to Danny, who she got encouraged to call Preston and stuff. She calling him at work and he getting off his tractor. I was like, boy, that man he's just a hunk of white chocolate, I tell you. And he gets off the track and he's at work. She wants him to come over tonight instead of waiting till the weekend, which is the next day. He said, Danny, it's only the next day. She's like, come on. He's like, are you sure? She said, I don't want to. Oh, he was like, I don't want to overstay my welcome. He heard what she said. But see, here's Danny sending these mixed messages. He's over there too much. And then when he holds back and going, she want to know why he not there. It's like, stop playing games with this man. Either you want him or you don't. But you playing too much, Danny. And he tells her, okay. He said, all right, I'll come. He said, I'm only bringing my toothbrush. I'm going to bring my toothbrush. She said, oh, no, that's okay. I have one for you. He said, no, that's okay. He said, I don't know if you let butt liquor use it or not. He brought up butt liquor again. She was like, really? You going to bring that up? First of all, butt liquor use my damn toothbrush. And she said, I told him to keep it when he left because I didn't want it no more. But she said, can you do me a favor and not use that anymore and let that go? I thought that was funny. I was like, he brought up butt lick again. So anyway, Karen finally, she gets off the phone with him and Karen comes in there to Danny's house and she wait, is Zach here yet? And it's like, I don't even think it's 7:30. Is it 7:30? What time was it? 6:45 maybe? I mean 7:30. Help me. 6:30. Maybe it was 6:45, whatever. And she's like, is he here? And Danny's looking at her, asking her if she's okay because she seems a bit anxious. And Karen's like, yeah, I guess I am, a little bit about what's going on. And she's like, I hope you're not anxious of things that happen, go the opposite way, like y'all get back together and all that stuff. And she's like, no, it has to be over. This has to be over for me. So she asked if Danny had anything to drink. I guess her little nerves is getting to her. And then she asked Danny to use her weed pen to take the edge off, And Danny's like, nah, but she does. She let her take a couple of drags and stuff. And she said, this makes you horny. She said, you gonna be with Zach. You gonna be there, Zach. You sure you want to take this? I was cracking up. She's like, stop it, Danny. And so she was like, well, where you want me to be when he comes? She said, oh, in the other room. And Danny's looking around saying, there's no door. Danny live in a studio. There ain't no door here, right? She's like, and I'm like, where does she hang her clothes? That one little rack cannot be where she holds all her clothes in that room, that apartment. I tell you, it's that rack by the bathroom. She must have 5 outfits on it. Come on. Anyway, and I ain't see no dresser either. But let me stop with the set. She said, well, I need you to just sit here and be objective. She's like, okay, fine, In the meantime, Fatima calls her girlfriend from the cell and asks her, did she get the questions she sent her? Because now they doing that sting. They going to set up Hayden like Andy kind of suggested. So then she calls her girlfriend from the office phone. After talking to her at the cell, she calls her from the office. And, of course, Hayden is listening on the line. And she's saying things about Hayden and how he laid. She's like, oh, you must have laid it on him. And she's like, no, he laid it on me, but I would never tell him that. But he wear these jeans and a blazer, and I wish he'd wear it with an orange. And her girlfriend's like, yeah, because we know orange is your favorite color, girl, and stuff. And she said, but what about Zach? I know you like Hayden and stuff. And, and she said, no, yeah, but, Zach ain't shit with his broke ass. I'm just using him and stuff. I said, oh, my God. Oh, my God. And it was a good plan. But I don't think Andy told her to go that far. She just told her to go. She should have never mentioned Zach. That's how I felt when Zach mentioned Fatima when he was talking to Hayden. I was just like, come on. Anywho, they switch over to Sabrina and what's his name? Calvin. Girl, yeah, this she crazy. She learning about what Peggy, she asked him the question, what she does that I don't do. And after Calvin told him what Peggy does, Sabrina looked like she was whipped just hearing about it. She looked tore up from the floor up. She's like, but what if I can't do that? He said then, because she was wowed by it. She was really wowed. And he said, then you don't do it then. I'm just telling you what you asked for to hear, And that's what it is that she does, that you don't do. And he basically let her know it's more of a fetish thing than anything, you know. And as a straight man, he's cool with it. So stop judging me, you know. He's like, stop judging me. No, I'm not judging you. This is my processing face, you know. I'm processing everything you told me. And I said, oh, I wish they would have told us what she did, because I would love to understand myself. So anyway, Fatima gets home and she calls Zach and they're talking. And before he goes into Danny's apartment, and she was like, he said, I was kind of waiting for you to get there. And she said, well, I'm glad I didn't. Because he was like, where was you? She said, I worked late. Shoot. But she was glad, because she said, I don't want to be in the middle of it. So she didn't want to see him before he went to see her. And so she kind of rushes him off the phone. And he's like he didn't want to get off the phone. He just wanted to talk to her. And she's like, just go in there and take care of your business. And she was telling him to make sure he lets her know everything. He said, I will. She's like, no, everything. And don't have me trying to pull it out of you. I will. You know, he sounded like that old Zach. I will, you know. And she was like, okay. And what else? There was something like he can't let her know. She was telling him, then you can let me know whatever else you wanted to tell me. So I guess he was going to tell her about that thing, what happened, you know, with Hayden. But she asked, first of all, he said something about Karen calling him. And she said, well, how did Karen call you if you had her blocked? And he's like, I don't know. She's calling me from these wild other numbers and stuff. Didn't he lie, y'all? Y'all let me know in the comment section. Zach just lied, because Zach, what he did was unblocked her. He even told her he unblocked her. He just took Karen's name off of that number. That's what he did. So I don't know what's going on with that. But I was like, Zach, why are you lying to Fatima? Anyhow, to end stuff, he got there around 10 after 7, and Zach, you know, of course, he's late. He knocks. Danny lets her get up and lets him in, and she leaves. Oh, she goes, why you knocking? You know you always just walk in my damn house. Just come in. So she gets up to leave. Hi, Zach. Bye, Zach. He said, you ain't got to go, you know. And she said, look, I'm just here for moral support. So Karen started with her questions, trying to do small talk, and then she asks him, you know, to tell her he doesn't love her anymore. And he couldn't, because he said he will always love her, which is right. And he's like, and you know I can't do that. You know, he told her. He said, because I still love you. He said, but we can't be together. And he said, and you wanted honesty, right? And if you want some honesty, well, that's some honesty for your ass. I said, oh, okay. Well, can you say that you no longer want to be with me? And he was like, what's this ritual? She said, you got to look me in the eyes and say it. He's like, why do you want me to do this? You know, so I can move on. He said, but you know I can't do that. So this is something, you know, what's up with that? She said, you know, I forgot what he said, something. She kept talking about she got to move on. He said, then damn it, move on. I ain't stopping you. And he said, I can't be with you no more. I can't. Say you don't want to be with me. He kept saying, I can't be with you no more. And she wanted him to say he don't want to be with me. I was like, okay, Karen, you getting a little ridiculous. You getting a real ridiculous. And the way he was responding, she was like, but that's not going to help me. How's that supposed to help me? I was like, this is about her. So I guess she has to ask, how's that going to help me, right? So Zach starts getting angry, and because he's getting angry, he's able to look her in the eyes and say what she wants to hear. But see, he was yelling it, and that's what she didn't want, because it don't count when he's yelling it. She wanted him to say it in a calm voice and everything. When he gets mad, he could say all of that. And then he was about to leave, and she stopped him and said, Zach, are you using Fatima to get over me? Because maybe that's something you need to think about and stuff. And he was like, what? He said, is that what you doing with the preacher? And she was like, no. He said, then don't be putting that shit on me. That's what I'm doing. I was like, hello, you better tell him, Zach. Because I'm like, how you know that's what she's doing? Don't put it on me. But she was like, you really need to think about it. But that's what a lot of people do. They get somebody else to get over somebody. I don't know, honey. That's what I did. So he walks out and Danny comes over and she's hugging her. Karen's crying and she's trying to, console Karen any way she can. But Danny don't always seem like the one who can console people because she's so funny, making jokes out of everything. But that was that. And then how did it end? Let's see. Andy has had several drinks, and now she's up at Robin's hotel room. Why the hell you up there, Andy? You knew you wanted to be up there. Nice room. He said, yeah, nice view. Talk about her. Thank you. All that shit. He's like, I don't think I should be up here for so many reasons. I don't think I should be up here. And he's like, for one, I love my fiance. Then you shouldn't have never gone on that damn elevator, heifer. And you shouldn't have left your house. You should have discussed what was going on with that damn therapist, but instead you jetted out to have an excuse. You did a male move. Sometimes men do that. I'm sorry, men, not to be putting y'all down, but y'all know that move. You could get into an argument with your woman and stuff, and that's your way of getting out of the house and hanging out with the guys or seeing another woman or just being free. Free! Y'all know what I'm talking about. I've seen it done too many times. So basically, she's up there in his room and she's like, I shouldn't be there. He said, you need to make a choice then. Oh, you say that like it's so easy. It's hard to make choices. It's not hard to make a choice when you love your husband. Get the out of there and go home. Your fiance, go home. He said, well, you need to be sure of what you want to do. And so because she's like, what would you do in my position? What would you do? What would you do? I wanted to slap her too. I was yelling at the TV like, girl, if I get up off this bed and slap you, I was going in on her. Ooh. So she decided she wanted to leave. But then she said, I'll see you in the office tomorrow. He said, oh, no, I have to go. I won't be there. I have to leave or something. Like, what? So she learns he's not going to be at work the next day and he's going to be back in London. And she's like, what? All of a sudden, it's like he might die and I don't get to test out that ding dong of his. All of a sudden, she going to change her mind because he said whatever happens here will stay here between us and nobody else ever know. Dumbass, you going to believe that? People talk. So she said, are you sure that nobody else will know? It'll just be us? I was like, oh my God. I mean, the man was at the door opening it. Andy could have been out the door. And she turned her hot ass around to get some ding dong from London. Good God Almighty. She wants some London dick. London dick is falling down, falling down, falling down. London dick is falling down, my fair lady. Let me stop. I'm sorry, y'all. She bugging me out. So he's like, are you sure? Oh, no, what happened then? She takes off her jacket and she stands close to him and they start kissing. She let it drop to the floor of the jacket. And it ended with Zach about to come to Fatima's door, opening it. He was about to open her door and his phone went beep. And there was that text message, only part of it, only the part about him that freaking Hayden sent to him. And you know why Hayden sent it to him? Because Zach tried to play the man earlier that day and talk about Fatima and how he be breaking her back and all this shit. So now Hayden's like, oh, you thought you was all that? Look what your girl is saying about you at work. Look what your girl is saying. And it started with that part with the voicemail message from Hayden saying, Fatima saying Zach ain't shit with his broke ass. I said, I'm just playing him. I said, Dad. And she ain't going to get a chance to tell him the truth. How long they going to drag on this part of the storyline, I do not know. But that was an interesting shit. I liked that ending. I was like, oh, no. TP, that was a good one. TP, are you with me? Hey, Tyler Perry, come on now. That was a good ending. Y'all let me know down in the comment section how y'all felt about this episode. I enjoyed this episode. It was very nice. I enjoyed it very much. This your girl. Oh, and just let me know how you feel. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. This your girl, Barbie J, saying peace.